you're all doing well. And just going to talk about Bitcoin trading at the moment using the VEPs, which is volatility, entropy, probability, and statistics, and the current trending move we've seen on Bitcoin in the last couple hours, which, if you look at the 15-minute time frame, you can see it happen very nicely. Also, if you look at the 1-minute time frame, you can see it also very nicely. The move up was very clear. The trending move was very clear on the 1 minute. It was a great time frame to monitor, to know when to get in and out. And it reached the top of the central weekly range of the VRE. That new central weekly range printed obviously at the beginning of the daily candle today. And yeah, the move up is not surprising, especially given that the asset did in fact complete that mean reversion to the 7-day. Now, of course, 15-minute, 7-day, extremely different time frames. But on the intraday scalp time frame monitor, which is 15 minutes, is a good monitor for that, it is absolutely not surprising at all to see some trending move action happening already in the new week. And it will not be surprising to see more trending moves today, especially as the traditional market gets ready to open in a few hours. And about, I guess, 4.5 hours time from now, or something like that, a little bit more, almost 5 hours, a little bit less than 5 hours. So, with that said, Bitcoin is going to probably have a great week for scalping. Low time frame volatility, entropy, probability, and statistics. We've seen these kind of weeks before. We've seen these kind of setups before. And you just have to look at the chart with the alpha trading indicators to know that. If you know how to read the indicators, it is eminently clear not only what the probabilities are, up, down, and sideways, but where the asset lies at the moment in terms of its returns, and what are the probabilities of the returns begetting more positive returns or negative returns. And at the moment, the asset is well above, as I've mentioned before, the 30 power mean, moving like 10 on that same high time frame of the 7-day time frame. But the asset cannot run up from here. It certainly can, and it could take the power mean much longer time to actually see the asset revert to it and complete that mean reversion. If it did, and if it did so in the next number of weeks even, it would pierce through, most likely pierce through the third band down of the 1110 RMLR, in which case, once it stops doing that, it would be in play and in progress on a mean reversion to the 1110 RMLR, which would be quite a nice distance up, and the third band up of that 1110 and the 3012 are much higher, and you've got targets up in the 90K range very easily. So it is not impossible that we'll see the asset do either a drop and pop or a walk for a number of weeks and then move up. Very possibly, maybe, who knows, maybe if it doesn't do that sometime in the next month, it might do that sometime in September. Wouldn't be surprised there. September, October, have an insane run, and then we'll see what plays out for the remainder of the year after that. But it would not be surprising to see that happen. It would also not be surprising, frankly, to see the asset have a little bit of a bounce here on this 7-day candle. And as you chunk down through the workflow and get through the lower time frames, the 5-day, the 3-day, the daily, 4-hour, 90-minute, whatever you 1 hour, work your way down 45 minutes, 33 minutes, 15 minutes. You'll notice these are all looking very much ripe for a breakout, and all you need to do is keep an eye on it on the lower time frame in order to exploit the inefficiencies of the market with the occurrences of opportunity that present themselves. Look for moves to the upside, moves to the downside. They will for sure be happening multiple times this week, and it'll be very much a scalper's week, so to speak. Right? If you enjoy trading low time frame VEPs, this is the kind of week that is very possibly going to do wonders for your P&L if you take advantage of the opportunity. Keep in mind, like I said, it could also just go sideways for a while here. Right? That is a possibility. However, even if it does go sideways, all it's doing is is winding up more for the pitch, up or down. Right? At the moment, it looks as though, and within the coming months, we will see a not insignificant move, more likely to the upside. Of course, there's always the probability it can go the other way, which is why we trade lower time frames. But the probabilities are certainly looking good, looking up. And that's because the maths are lining up very nicely for it. And we're seeing the occurrence of opportunity developing across low to high time frames and getting ready to see the asset move. Don't listen to what the analysts expect or what the news says. They're all playing out their own agendas. Right? It doesn't matter what those guys say. You're not trading, daily, weekly, monthly time frames. Those are just big pictures to keep your eye on the big picture to see which way it's generally going, and if it's in a random walk or in a trending move. Right now on the 7-day, it's in a random walk, so that's why it can go up, down, or sideways very easily. And with the only reason to bias to the upside is because of some of the probabilities indicating that. However, at the moment, to be frank, a move to the downside would not at all be surprising. I almost expect it. At least a fast move down with a wick. That'll pop back up. So that's why I'm also looking at shorts on the lower time frames just as much as longs. But again, the 7-day is in a random walk. Frankly, the daily is in a random walk. And if you know what these things mean when you're trading with the trading with the alpha trading indicators, you can very easily see if an asset is in a random walk or trending move, because our entropy indicators show you that, like, directly, right? So on my charts, for example, if it's any color but bright blue, it's in a random walk. If it's bright blue, it's in a random walk. And that's the default colors I use. Whatever, you can change them to whatever colors you want. So, and right now the random walk is looking a bit to the downside, actually, on the 7-day. However, that doesn't mean it can't pop up and reverse that course, because the returns will begin to flip, quite possibly, especially as it's a trending day, and on the central daily range of the VRE, it's a trending day. If you look at the height of that range, so there is ever the probability and it's a high one, that there will be more trending moves today. We will see more. It's very likely that we could see a pop down followed by another pop back up in the run up to and start of market open today on traditional markets. And so don't be surprised to see that happen. Just as you shouldn't be surprised, you know, in any case, whatever time frame you're trading, when you're using the VEPs, you don't really get surprised if you know how to read it. You just see the move happening and you take it and you tap out, you know, your profit as quickly as possible. Like this morning when the trending move happened, you know, I saw the hit on the top of the weekly range of the VRE about an hour ago, maybe a bit more. You know, as soon as I saw it hit that range, that was to take your profit area very clearly. Because, well, first of all, why be greedy? Second of all, like even if it continues to the upside, you have more capital now in your bag. That's realized gains that you can put on the next trade. But it certainly was looking like the run had tapped out and was looking for a bit of a reset on the low time frame, 15-minute and under. And you know, even for one candle or two, it's enough to reset for the next position. And then again, have more capital in your bag. And if it decides to go short, well, you got more capital in your bag to go short. And if it goes long, same thing. Even if you don't get 100% of that move, at least you didn't front run, you know, too early, and you profited from the move as opposed to, you know, holding on to a bag that could swing against you and hurt you. So anyway, that was why it was a very obvious take profit zone. And I wish you all happy trading. See ya.